What are your thoughts about this case not going to trial?
I really wish this case would have gone to trial because I've watched a few interviews with Steve and Christy Gonzalez. I feel like they won't get closure, especially because evidence is still being dropped. So everyone on the internet is going through all of these documents and are bringing all of this back up for them each time there's a new drop of evidence. Like this will be one of the cases that is known in America because people didn't really get the answers. There was no trial. There was no questioning of witnesses, questioning of experts, not seeing it play out in real time. I think people are just going to have these conspiracy theories and that they unfortunately won't really ever go away. I mean, the guy pleaded guilty and waived his right to an appeal, and people are still absolutely adamant that he's innocent. If he was innocent, he would have had a much better chance fighting it in court. And nowadays, prisoners who get the death penalty sit on death row for years and go through appeal process after appeal process.
What are your thoughts about what would have happened in trial?
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever fully know. In this last document dump, though, we got a few insights into what Koberger's lawyers may have argued. There's a document with Dr. Brent Tarvey, who's a forensic criminologist, and he was going to argue that the autopsy reports show that it was impossible that there was one killer and that there were two killers. He claimed that one killer could not have contained both Ethan and Xana, saying, quote, "It is not reasonable to think that Ethan would have remained in his bed after waking up or being awake while Xana was being attacked in front of him." He also believes that one person couldn't render the two different types of lethal force used on Kaylee Gonzalez. Although, as I mentioned, a K-bar is basically two weapons. It's a knife on one side. It's a blunt end that you can use as a hammer on the other end. He also said that the bodies were posed and that there's direct evidence of a cleanup. Again, I'm not sold either way, but we have to take all of these with a grain of salt. He claims that the knife sheath was placed there, that it didn't fall there or it wasn't left there. I think one of their big things was that it wasn't just one murderer, it was two murderers. With all the evidence the state has against Brian, like I think they'd probably lean into the fact that the DNA at the scene is touch DNA and it's on the sheath and not on any of the victims. That can work in court, although I think the fact that there were drops of aspirated blood on the knife sheath and his DNA means that the sheath had to be there when the victims were killed. I don't think he was there to kill four people. I think his plan went wrong, and I think that's why he made mistakes.